Okay, for chapter 6, I was asked to write 3 separate programs. The first one is going to be a carpet calculator program for Java. We'll begin by creating the class for the carpet calculator. You create a public class for the room dimension, which will take the length and width into account. You set a double for the length and width because it could have half a foot, half an inch, whatever you're using for measurements. These are going to be your accessor methods, so you can return the amount to the original equation. And then at the end, it's going to return the length plus length and the width plus width to give you the area. Then, down here, the dimensions and the cost come into effect with the multiplication in order to give you the total. Down here, it'll say room carpet is equal to the dimensions plus the dimensions plus the cost plus the cost plus the total cost. And that gives you the get total cost. Therefore, we have the price per square foot as 8, whatever increment amount that is. It could be dollars, cents, thousands, whatever you want to make it. And then we have the display for what will come out whenever you put in the amounts. Finally, let me run this program. We're given program will display the carpet cost of a room. Please enter the room's dimension in feet. Enter the length of the room. So let's say it's 25 feet wide. That's master bedroom, we'll say. And then 15 feet long, or the other way around, 25 feet long, 15 feet wide. We end up with, here is the 25 length, 15 width, cost of carpet is 8, and your total cost is going to be $3,000. Now this can be changed by going back up and changing the price per square foot, as well as changing your sizes in order to affect the total. Now the next program I started with the geometry calculator. This asks what kind of shape you would like to take the area of, and then it lets you input the amounts in order to get that calculation. The other option was to press 4 at the main menu, which will go ahead and quit the program for you. So to start off, we created our public, sorry, I'm drawing a blank. So we created our equations, then we moved down, and we've got the if-else statements that are going to select which method you would like to choose at the beginning for the different shapes. Then we've got what the system will display and ask what you would like to choose, 1 through 4. And then we just go through and it goes through each individual option and does the calculation for that, following the last one, which just exits the program. So first we've got the circle area, then we've got a rectangular area, and then we've got a triangle area. And each one will respectively calculate that and output how much it is, depending on how much you put into it. So let's run that, and we get calculate the area of a circle, rectangle, triangle, or quit. So I'm going to go ahead and put quit just to show that the program will quit. It says thank you for calculating, and then we'll run it again. We'll try number 1 this time for the circle. Circle's radius is 5, and then it gives you the answer and asks if you would like to run the program again. This time I'll run it as 3 just to prove that it all works. It's 15 centimeters, 5 centimeters tall, and your answer is going to be 37.5 centimeters. Now for the last one, we were asked to create a coin flip game that plays between 2 players. Issue being, I got a new PC and got rid of my old one. And of course, me being as smart as I am, I did not make a backup of my previous hard drive, so I wasn't able to access any previous files that I've created, as you can see over here. So I created what I could to create this program without having to recreate the first program that's mentioned, and I kind of gave it my own twist, I should say. So to begin, we'll open the program's main part. Actually, let's go into the player and coin. Yeah. So once we get into player, we've got the class for the player. You create the player, initialize their score till 0. Then you've got the toss option, and when the toss happens, the value is given to get side up, which returns the side up and tells you which side of the coin is facing up. Then another option here is whenever the points are added, they're added back to the total score to keep track. Then we move over to the coin method. This is just for creating this, as I was talking about earlier, when the coin's actually flipped with the toss method, it creates a random value, which is then determined on whether it's going to be heads or tails. So finally, the game that uses all that data starts by initializing the players. You've got your player 1, player 2, your placeholders for your random, as well as your boolean to repeat. Whether or not it'll repeat will depend on what you do in the game. And then it initializes the values for the winner and the guess. Now, since there's no values yet, I just left them empty. Now, initializing the random guesses. So let's see, while the random guess is equal to 2, random number, we'll go to the next integer 2, the random number equals 0, that would become heads. Then we've got 1 equaling tails, and then it goes on to say who wins depending on who has how many points and incrementing the points from there on. And then of course, if they both have the same amount at the end, it says the game tied. So let's go ahead and run the program. Player 1 won. So apparently the game went through 5 times and the player hit 5 points before player 2. Now if I hit it again, they both won, and it showed that they tied. And one more, it shows that he won again, and player 2 won that time.